Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm Will.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything Dungeons & Dragons, from orphaned orcs to the Oathbreakers' origins, and today we're talking about Owlbears.
Indeed we are.
The Dungeoncast.
Hey Brian. Yeah, something like that.
What noise do they make?
Lots of noises. Screeches, howls, hoots. What do you know about owlbears, Brian?
They're part owl, part bear.
It's very
all
true.
Animal.
It's very true.
They're monstrous, horrible creatures that can be tamed.
Kind
I
of,
always see
yeah.
them in cages, like in art and
yeah,
stuff.
they're usually always like mid-attempt of being tamed. You'll see that a lot.
So it's very Avatar Last Airbender. All the animals are combo animals of existing.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so, kind of.
Except for there's one regular bear. And they're like, what do you mean bear? Do you mean
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
you mean lion bear?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and they have like a debate about what kind of bear it is.
Owlbears are one of D&D's most iconic monsters and are a D&D original.
Yeah.
Invented by Gary Gygax himself and inspired by the small toys of Japanese kaiju that he would use as miniatures in the war game that preceded D&D, Chainmail.
That's right.
And so since their introduction in 1975, owlbears have become synonymous with the game of Dungeons & Dragons, making their way into pretty much every monster manual and bestiary across all editions. Mm-hmm. Within the various worlds of D&D itself, the owlbear is just as well known to the characters in game as to the players at the table. Owlbears are terrifying nocturnal predators that inhabit the forests of the world and the Feywild, where they hunt to satisfy their voracious appetites. Their haunting cries echo through valleys and across plains, warning to travelers that they are on the prowl. Owlbears are fairly common and widespread as far as magical monstrosities go, infamous for their unfettered and violent ferocity and their distinctive half-bear, half-owl appearance. The owlbear is a one-of-a-kind monster.
Yeah, man. It surely is. Very, very recognizable.
Yeah. It's also just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but like I didn't think it would be so cohesive. But
it works. It really, really works.
Yeah, I heard about it before I saw it. And then when you see it, it's like, well, of course it's this.
Yeah, exactly. It could never have been anything else.
Well, it definitely could have.
It could have been, yeah. That's true. That's very true.
So this one, can it fly?
There is a variant that can fly. We will talk about that at the end of the episode.
Is it like Owlbear Plus? Is it like
no,
Owlbear
it's not
Pro?
the Owlbear Pro, no. But we will talk about it.
Is it like capital OWL?
No, it's Owlbear.
Owlbear,
no,
mostly owl.
It's not.
Okay.
But first, let's talk about the regular Owlbear, and then we can get into the spicy versions.
Spicy.
So, as I said before, the Owlbear looks, in simplest terms, like a crossbreed between an owl and a bear. They are monstrous beasts with the bodies of bears covered in thick, shaggy coats of feathers and fur. They have avian-like heads with big round eyes and hooked, serrated beaks. Their legs are ended in strong and sharp talons. An owlbear's coat ranges in color from brown-black to yellowish-brown. The beaks of these creatures are yellow ivory, actually.
Okay.
I don't know what real beaks are made out of, but I don't think it's ivory.
I think it's like just the same material as like a fingernail.
Right, that's what I thought. Well, owlbears have ivory beaks.
That's cool.
And their terrifying eyes are red-rimmed. A full-grown male can stand as tall as 8 feet and weigh up to 1,500 pounds, which is really big. An owlbear's eyes are fixed in its head, looking straight ahead. It compensates for this by being able to turn its head a full 270 degrees, like an owl.
That's horrifying.
As compared to a human's 180 degrees. An owlbear has twice as many neck bones as does a human, which allows for this flexibility. In addition, an owlbear can snap its neck from one position to another almost instantaneously.
A regular brown bear can be 1,300 pounds.
Yeah, so this is a bit bigger.
Shit.
Yeah. Owlbears are considered to be, mechanically speaking, large monstrosities.
Okay, cool.
Any other bear facts for me, Brian?
I just wanted to know.
No,
I wanted to frame
how did
a
it
reference.
compare? Yeah.
like
so
okay,
a little bit bigger.
1,500 pounds, slightly bigger than.
Whoa. What the fuck?
This is my
and
karma.
It searched bimbo bread.
Why?
Like, I don't know.
This is my karma for activating everybody's Google
How dare
shit
you, sir?
remotely. Sorry,
Dear
everyone.
God, it scared the hell
We've
out of me.
just paid the fucking piper.
Indeed. Where was I?
I don't know.
The in-game origin of the owlbear.
Yeah.
It's often disputed and inconsistent across editions.
So is it not supposed to exist? Is that the implication here?
I mean, kind of, maybe, we'll see. So
is this some dark crossbreed?
We've learned that this is not entirely uncommon in D&D. A lot of these monsters, their origins are disputed and inconsistent.
Yeah.
Scholars have long debated the origins of the owlbear. The most common theory is that a demented wizard created the first specimen by crossing a giant owl and a bear.
When you start the sentence with scholars have, like, wait, are we talking about in-game world
always in-game.
or real world?
Indeed.
Are the scholars like, where did they come up with this?
I know,
this beast?
No, we know where Gary Gygax
Yeah, Gary did it.
Yeah. So, and given the lethality of this creation, it's quite likely that the wizard who theoretically created them is no longer alive. However, venerable elves claim to have known these creatures for thousands of years, and some ancient fae insist that owlbears have always existed in the Feywild.
No.
So the first theory on owlbear origins is likely wrong, because like, why would the elves and the fae lie? You know what I mean?
Yeah, about something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like they have some sort of weird monopoly on them or
No,
whatever.
they don't.
Okay.
So whatever its origin might be, the owlbear is a species unto itself, occurring with the same regularity that one might encounter other predatory beasts.
Like a regular bear.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So there are as many of them as there are regular bears, pretty much.
Maybe, but maybe also a little bit less because they are like one rung up on the food chain.
As you become more dominant.
Exactly. There's less of you.
Yeah, because you're a better predator or whatever.
Exactly.
This is better than a bear because it can see it all the places.
It's the Bear Plus.
It's Bear Pro.
So generally speaking, owlbears are known to be vicious, ravenous, aggressive, and evil-tempered beasts. This reputation for ferocity, aggression, and stubbornness makes them one of the most feared predators in the wild. So owlbears are one of these monsters that really borders between being considered a true monster like a manticore or a hydra, and also just kind of being considered another animal by people. It's right in between there. Like, it's kind of more vicious than any natural animal, but it mostly fits in. So
yeah, so it could cross over into like if you are level 1 players and you're in the forest,
you might fight an owlbear. It might be a boss fight.
It's like a monster level encounter. Not like an animal level encounter. You know
Definitely
what I mean? Like,
a monster level. It's
like
a boss level encounter at level 1 for sure.
CR1.
It's a CR3.
CR3. Ooh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so boss level.
For sure, yeah. They are technically unnatural and more powerful than your average predatorial fauna, but they are common enough and fit in enough to be considered normal at times. That being said, they're really mean.
Wait, are Fey monsters considered unnatural?
Again, it's disputed whether this thing is Fey at all. Because like,
so the inherent bit of this lore is that it is mixed up. So some of it is going to say like the mechanics are going to say this is a monster.
4E owlbears actually had the tagline Fey.
Okay.
Before that, they were all considered magical beasts.
Okay.
Now they're
like a unicorn.
Yeah. Now they're considered monstrosities.
Okay.
And 5e.
So it really is all conflicting.
Exactly.
5e
when I say that, I mean that because trust me, I looked at 13 sources.
Well, in the mechanics too, like woven into all of it.
Exactly.
Not just the lore.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, 'cause none of the editions are consistent.
All right.
With almost anything most of the time.
It's a weird mental approach to take to this episode.
Right. So gifted with the vision of an owl, dark vision, that is.
Regular vision.
Oh, you're right. Good vision. Owlbears tend to be nocturnal predators. They emerge from their dens around sunset and hunt into the darkest hours of the night, hooting or screeching to declare their territory, to search for mates, or to flush prey into their hunting grounds.
Oh, wow.
These are typically forests familiar to the owlbear and dense enough to limit its quarry's ability to escape.
That's a cool perception check.
Mm-hmm.
I love the perception check is like baked into the lore.
Right, it really
some
is.
of these monsters.
Yeah.
Cool.
An owlbear tends to make its den in a cave or ancient ruins littered with the bones of its prey. When prey is plentiful, an owlbear drags its kills back to its lair, where it adorns nearby trees and rocks with the corpses. This flesh attracts scavengers, giving the owlbear more opportunities to catch more prey. The scent of blood and rotting meat is thick near an owlbear's lair. Aside from this baleful besides this and the baleful hoot of the creatures, there is no other warning that an owlbear may be near.
That's what I'm saying. You're in the forest. You're setting up watch. Mm-hmm. Perception check for your watch
for the hooting.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, geez. And then like you're being baited into it if you run.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, possibly true.
Yeah, if you run in the wrong direction.
Yeah. And if the owlbear even knows you're there, maybe that hoot is meant for you.
It could be because it's saying it's like trying to get people to like panic and run.
Right, exactly.
Like chase them down.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yep. So despite their lack of intelligence, there is a certain amount of cleverness in the mind of an owlbear. These hunters possess more cunning than an owl and more ferocity than a bear, and they have a ravenous appetite far exceeding either animal.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So owlbears hunt alone or in mated pairs. If quarry is plentiful, a family of owlbears might remain together for longer than is required to rear their cubs. Otherwise, these creatures typically go their own ways as soon as they're young or ready to hunt on their own. Few things can dissuade a hungry owlbear from attacking. There is little, if anything, that a hungry owlbear fears. Even monsters that outmatch an owlbear in size and strength avoid tangling with it, for this creature cares nothing about its foe's superior strength as it attacks without provocation.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, an owlbear is a stubborn predator that fights without a sense of self-preservation. Even when it is about to die, an owlbear still keeps its victim clenched tightly in its claws, snapping at the foe with its bone-crushing beak.
Wow, that's wow. Okay.
They're just kill monsters.
Just gonna last-ditch effort. Just it's all instinct.
Yeah, they have no flight, all fight.
I like that. No flight, all fight, because these don't fly. They run.
Except for the ones that do fly.
Except for the ones
but they also fight.
Okay.
Let's take a short rest.
Okay. Hey everybody, be sure to check out
Super Quest Saga, a future fantasy 5th edition D&D actual play podcast homebrewed and dungeon mastered by yours truly, me, and set in space.
And I play in it, along with your special guest Jake and friend of the show, Josh Freeland.
You can find it on YouTube, iTunes, or anywhere else you can get your podcasts.
Super Quest Saga!
We've returned.
Indeed we have.
That's a fun campfire story where like the old man is telling all the little kids around the fire like it's part owl, part bear.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it'll cut you open like each animal
Can
would
you
individually.
imagine if you were a kid that lived in a world where the shit was real and the grown-ups are telling you like, no, this shit is real, please stay inside.
Do you think it's scarier for it? No, that shit's for real though. Don't go out there.
Yeah.
Do you think it's scarier for the owl to be the size of the bear or the bear to be the size of the owl? Because this sounds like it's more like the bear, or no, the size of the owl. What I'm trying to say is that do you think it's better for it to be more bear or more owl?
More bear for sure.
You think that's scarier? Because I think
definitely.
If it's more owl, then it can fly, right? And
well, yeah, and we'll get to the
talons.
ones that can fly, but like what you're talking about is if it's like super 50-50.
Yeah, if it were more 50-50.
Like,
Because this seems like a more bear, right?
Definitely more bear, yeah. But like if I had to choose between being more bear or being more owl, I'm going to choose more. Well, no, I'm going to choose more owl because that's less scary. But if we're going for scary, then I'm going to choose more bear.
Okay.
Because bigger is better.
Yes. Okay.
Like because like the more owl we go, the smaller it gets.
Yeah. True.
So anyways.
Okay.
Up until 5e, owlbears had an infamous killing maneuver called their owlbear hug. Essentially,
that's fucking on purpose.
Yeah, the owlbear would grasp its victim in both of its front claws, bear hug them, and then begin to tear chunks out of them with their beaks.
Oh, it's a nice embrace. Clack.
Sadly, this attack is missing from the 5e owlbear stat block. So we will not be getting an owlbear hug.
That's a homebrewed in thing.
It is.
Every time for me.
Exactly. So, still, an owlbear's carnivorous and violent nature doesn't rule out the ability to train them. So they are trainable,
right?
Technically.
Okay.
With enough time, food, and luck, an intelligent creature can train an owlbear to recognize it as a master, making it an unflinching guard or a fast and hardy mount.
Okay.
People of remote frontier settlements have even succeeded at racing owlbears, but spectators will end up betting as often on which owlbear will attack its handler as they do on which will reach the finish line first.
I was going to say, like, in the heat of the moment, is this thing going to betray you?
Wild. Yeah, absolutely. Elven communities encourage owlbears to den beneath their treetop villages, using the beasts as a natural defense during the night.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. Hobgoblins favor owlbears as war beasts, and hill giants and frost giants sometimes keep owlbears as pets.
Yeah, because like a hobgoblin community doesn't have an HR department.
No, fuck no,
like,
they
so
don't.
if a homie gets wrecked on,
yeah,
it's
they're like,
whatever.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So a starved owlbear might end up being used in a gladiatorial arena, ruthlessly eviscerating and devouring its foes before a bloodthirsty audience.
Cool.
So a lot of uses for the owlbear.
A lot of things you can do with this creature, like make him kill. That's pretty much it.
I mean, that's the only thing, really. But like, there's interesting ways in which you can make it do that.
You could race them, though. Oh, man. Giselle Strongbear, just like fucking two-footing this, like, surfboarding this owlbear.
That'd be super dope. I would love that. So, though owlbears are technically warm-blooded mammals, they do lay eggs. Owlbear eggs are nearly perfect spheres and tend to be laid in clutches of 1 to 6 over the course of several days.
That's kind of weird.
What?
That they're laying eggs, but they're also like perfectly spherical eggs.
Look at the platypus. Oh, the fact that they're spherical? Okay, I can't speak to that.
Like a strange, I don't know.
Yeah, why make them spheres? I don't know.
Look at the platypus. Let's look at that wild creature.
Indeed. Once the young start to hatch, the parents provide them with freshly killed meat. Owlbear cubs are carnivores from the start, and even though the mother owlbear is half bear, hold on, where's my little slider? There it is. She does not produce milk for her young. Now, this stood out to me because I was always under the impression that owlbears did indeed produce milk. I can't remember where I heard or read this before, but I swear there was a city in Forgotten Realms that farmed these guys for the milk and meat.
Uh-oh.
But I digress. For no sources of information that I could find corroborated this.
So they were like domesticating them to be cows?
That's what I thought, but apparently I lived in some sort of alternate dimension for a day.
Dream state.
Indeed. So moving on. The young are raised by the mother owlbear for the first 2 years of their lives, during which time she will teach the cubs how to hunt for themselves. After the end of the second year, the cubs go off on their own and stake out their own territory. Owlbears have a lifespan of 20 years or so.
This idea of domesticating this creature is
wild.
So, yeah, like,
it's not like we're out here trying to fucking ride bears.
You got enough going on in D&D land.
You do. Well, maybe that's it. It's like, no, we need bigger, badder pets because it's a bigger, badder world.
I get the elves. They're kind of setting it up.
They're like,
naturally.
no, we just, exactly. That's exactly what the elves do.
Like, we're not trying to domesticate it. We're just using what it does.
We just give them a dope home to protect us through.
Yeah, everybody's winning right now.
Exactly.
And that's, do not sneak up on the elves at night.
Yeah, don't.
That sounds
just
bad.
Do not.
Unless you're good at, like, killing owl bears, which I guess
that's why you might be here.
A good party of murder hobos might just slay a bunch of owlbears, I guess.
So I couldn't find too much on this topic of owlbears, but there are technically some owlbear variants that I found in Dragon Magazine 214.
Nice.
The Arctic owlbear and the winged owlbear.
Okay.
Arctic owlbears are the polar cousins of the normal owlbear. They resemble a cross between a snowy owl and a polar bear.
Okay.
Both their fur and feathers are a snowy white, while their claws and beaks are both black, and their eyes are yellow. The Arctic owlbear's fur and feather are all multi-layered, protecting it from the coldest temperatures, even when wet. For this reason, the beasts are immune to all cold-based attacks.
That's fucking cool.
It's really cool.
That's now my favorite owlbear.
The Arctic one?
Yeah. Polar bears are my favorite bear.
Oh, polar bears are dope, yeah. Arctic owlbears are as foul-tempered as their forest-dwelling cousins, immediately attacking prey with their front claws and wicked beak. They live in the coldest areas of the Arctic, often making their lairs in pre-existing caves or carving their own dens in banks of snow. However, they tend to be wanderers, constantly on the move in search of prey, so they do not settle in one place for very long. Our Arctic owlbears live for about 20 years, same as their counterparts. They will prey on anything, but prefer seal meat above all else. Unlike normal owlbears, the Arctic variety hunt primarily during the day, and being good swimmers, they will pursue their prey into frigid waters without hesitation.
Okay.
They are well equipped for their environment. Rough leathery pads on the bottom of their paws help them maintain stability over icy surfaces. The local inhabitants of Arctic regions say that there's nothing worse than having an Arctic owlbear on your trail because of their stubborn determination, nasty disposition, and constant hunger.
Yeah. How do you know if you have an owlbear on your trail?
It's a really fucking good question, Brian.
It's just like somebody's got some fucking magical binoculars.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just like checking shit out like, oh no.
Well, I suppose you turn around and he's coming for you.
And he's there.
And so you start running.
There's nothing worse than this.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Yes.
Okay, whatever you say, guys.
I can't imagine anything worse. Well, yes, I can.
Sure
we just did the Duoblex episode. I can imagine a lot of worse things.
There are worse things, but I imagine for your typical like trapper or like a squad of people that's out there trying to hunt. This is the worst
scenario of the thing I do in life.
Yeah. because you're not experiencing that extra shit. You're just living a normal-ish life.
Yeah.
So like somebody that gets attacked
and theoretically, you're not dealing with frost giants or white dragons. Theoretically.
Yeah. If you're
in order for this to be the worst thing that you can experience.
This is the worst thing that you can experience if there are no worse things that you've experienced.
Exactly. Like, if there's a tribe of frost giants nearby, there are a lot of worse things than having that thing on your trail.
Yeah.
But anyways.
They probably have pet Arctic owlbears.
Yeah, exactly. So thus it makes it worse because like the difference between having an owlbear on your trail and having frost giants with owlbears on your trail is the frost giants.
That's just the quote from the guy who lived from the owlbear attack.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing worse.
He just
than
had a
that
bad
shit.
day. Anyways,
It
moving
hugged
on.
my friend and I thought it was cool and it wasn't, but it was cool because it was cold.
So the winged owlbear.
Yes.
This is the ultimate synthesis of owl and bear.
Excellent. This thing I've been waiting for.
It looks like a standard owlbear, but in addition, it has a pair of large wings growing from its shoulders.
Okay.
They are just as nasty tempered as their ground-dwelling cousins. Winged owlbears fight much like the wingless variety do, utilizing their front claws, sharp beaks, and their mighty hug.
Their mighty winged
They
hug.
just have a tendency to do this from the sky. Winged owlbears can be found in almost any non-Arctic environment, but seem to prefer wooded forests and mountainous terrains due to their flight capabilities. Winged owlbears tend to claim larger territories, as theirs usually 10 to 20 square miles versus like the regular owlbear.
10 to 20 square miles.
That's a lot. It's big.
That's a big.
Winged owlbears live in mated pairs. Winged owlbears. I cannot wait to never say this word again.
Winged owlbear. Say winged.
Winged
That'll help.
owlbears tend to claim larger. Oh wait, I read that already. God damn it! Winged owlbears live in mated pairs. Winged owlbears tend to live slightly longer than the normal variety, often reaching 25 years or so. They are sought after by wizards, even though to date no one has managed to domesticate one. Nonetheless, eggs can go for as high as 4,000 silver pieces, while the price for live young can reach up to 10,000 silver pieces. That's all I got. A winged owlbears, man.
People are about these owlbears.
They really like them. They're very popular.
They're super because they look awesome.
They look cool.
They look
it's
really
true.
cool.
It's true.
Here's a sweet stinky homebrew for you right out of my brain. It's just a bear, but there's an owl riding it.
Oh, and I hate it. So fun. So here are some fun facts about owlbears. I have 2 fun facts. Are you ready for them?
Uh-huh.
The first fact, they can't climb trees.
That is fun. What the hell?
Because of their great size and weight, owlbears are not good tree climbers. Still, anyone treed by an owlbear is not completely safe because the beasts are just nasty enough to wait it out and are often strong enough to knock over the tree depending on the size of both the owlbear and the tree.
All they have to do is hug the tree
Yeah,
and
it's
it'll
true.
fucking snap and fall
Then
down.
there's no tree.
Should we get some art commission that's an owlbear that's like got its arms out and it just says hug with a question mark underneath?
Yeah, I would love that. I
Okay,
think that's
we'll
a
look
good
into
idea.
that.
Fun fact number 2.
Does it exist? It might exist. We'll check if it exists.
Fun fact about owlbears number 2, they love honey.
Oh, okay, like normal bears.
Yes, this appears to be the only exception to the owlbear's otherwise carnivorous diet. They are well adapted to honey gathering as their thick coats of fur and feathers protect them from bee stings, and their long tongues are much like those of a bear and perfect for lapping up the sticky substance out of its hive.
Nice. This is great. This is great fodder for character creation.
Yes,
you're fucking Mowgli from Jungle Book,
Oh my God.
but you're just raised by the owlbear.
Indeed, yeah.
Raised
Absolutely.
by direwolves.
Yeah,
And then,
and then the
transition to
owlbear.
the jaguar and the bear.
Yes.
Is there a special jaguar animal that
There's
we
a
can
displacer beast.
displacer beast and an owlbear?
Yeah,
There,
that's
we're going to rewrite the
terrifying.
Jungle Book and Mowgli's going to be class. What's the class here?
Mowgli would definitely be a ranger.
Ranger, human
Yeah.
ranger.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, like a beastmaster.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, we got it. Nailed it.
Done. Any questions about the owlbear before we tackle it stat block?
I have more questions about Mowgli because she can't be named Mowgli. You got to rename him.
Why? Oh, you mean for D&D?
Yeah, for
Gotcha,
D&D.
Okay. I got it.
We'll figure it out
I'm
later.
tired. All right, owlbear stat block. Let's do this.
All right.
Large monstrosity.
Okay.
It's unaligned. I think that surprises no one.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. You're
Armor
right.
class 13, hit points 59, strength of 20, dex of 12, constitution 17, intelligence of 3, so it's pretty dumb. Wisdom of 12, charisma 7. It has dark vision. We already knew that. It has a feature called keen sight and smell. The owlbear has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight or smell.
That's a lot of animals, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of animals. The wolf gets that for sure.
Yeah.
It has 2 attacks, beak and claws.
Okay, there it is. No hug though.
No hug,
That's
though.
homebrewed in.
Yeah, you have to homebrew that in. So beak is a melee weapon attack plus 7 to hit. Reach of 5 feet. One creature will take 1d10 plus 5 piercing damage. The claws are also a melee weapon attack plus 7 to hit. Reach of 5 feet. One target will take 2d8 plus 5 slashing damage. And the owlbear has a multi-attack where it makes 2 attacks, one with its beak and one with its claws.
Yeah.
And that's your monster. It's challenge rating 3. So it's a good boss fight for levels 1 and 2, maybe even 3. It is a good mob for levels like 5 through 7, or it's a nice like weak mob at higher levels than that.
Oh, wow, mobs of these. I Googled owlbear hugs, and what I found was kind of disturbing and not at all what I had in mind.
Oh, no. Okay.
You want to see it?
Maybe, sure. Whoa.
It's like a DeviantArt thing, I think.
Hugs. I like it. It's pretty cool.
It looks not like an owlbear from D&D, though.
Yeah, it super kind of does. Let me see it again.
Like with the really owly face? I always thought it was like more sleeker and shaped like a bear's face.
There's variants. So like you can look at all the different D&D owlbear art and they have all kinds of different owl heads.
Oh, okay. Because this is standing up like Freddy Krueger or something.
Yeah, like they are quadruped, but bears can stand up on two legs sometimes. And that's a very cartoony looking owlbear.
Yeah, now that I'm in the art, I see the variations that you're talking about, like what the face looks like.
Exactly.
Oh, there's a big one that's like bigger than a house. Crazy. Okay, well, yeah, that's fun. This is a fun animal. You can do a lot with this. There's one that looks like
it's a great animal. It's an icon.
This is one that looks like Aku from Samurai Jack.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I like that.
Google is a treasure trove for the Alp. See, this is what I was picturing.
Okay.
Was like,
this
is like the
pretty
thing.
Classic.
It's just
it's not too far off the first one though.
I guess not in a way. This looks more like a streamlined animal than that. The other thing I showed you looked like a person, like wearing a costume.
Well, yeah, because it was a cartoon anthropomorphic owlbear wearing a T-shirt that said "Free Hugs."
Yeah,
Let's take a long rest.
You're right.
Let's take a long rest.
So I'm all ready to take off these slippies. They look like owlbear claws.
God, I would love some owlbear slippers. Those exist. Someone send me a link because I need to buy some.
That'd be cool. They have the sharp talons in them.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
And I take them off and I just have my owlbear feet. And this is a bit I used a few episodes ago. It's fine. Let's go to the merch zone where we have merch. And if you're watching on YouTube, it's right there. Just look a little bit down.
And if you're listening on the podcast, it's also there. You can find it. It's there.
Just go to the show notes.
Description. We got T-shirts. We got mugs. Maybe we should get some jackets. Well, no, we're getting into spring weather. We'll have jackets next year.
We'll have jackets. Well, windbreakers.
That's true. We could do that.
I don't know. We'll look into new merch stuff.
Yeah.
We're always on that new merch grind. We have special merch that you can get on Patreon. Right now we have a What the Grumsh mug that you can get at the $20 level.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. I'll hold it up too. We use it as a pen holder Does that look good?
No, it's super blurry, bro. You should probably point out the other one.
Okay. We're having trouble getting the focus on the camera because it's on set to
camera's
auto.
like, what the fuck, dude?
What is that? But if you want to go to Patreon, patreon.com/Dungeoncast, you can get our What the Grumsh mug. We should talk about what to do with our shout out to Demogorgon art because that's just sitting there. And we don't have it on any merch.
There. Yeah, that's true.
So maybe we should find a way to cycle that back into the rotation.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Well, we're going to figure out some new merch stuff and get creative. And it helps the show. It goes directly to the show and we try to upgrade our equipment or make our lives easier.
Right.
So you can go to our merch shop or you can go to Patreon to help support the show, or you can just tell somebody about the show. That's really the best thing you can do is to tell your friends. We have another show called Super Quest Saga. If you haven't heard about it, now's your time to hear about it. Here it is. It's a D&D
space game.
It's Will's homebrew.
It is.
It's fucking cool. I miss it. We haven't played in so long.
We're getting back to it.
We're going to get back to it. We're figuring out how to do it without all being in the same room together because of all the stuff going on in the world. So, we're going to get there. Go check out Ranger Danger on our Patreon. It's for free right now. It's a comedy adventure. Everybody's a ranger, level 10 ranger.
Indeed.
Real fun game. I think that's really all we have. Let's go home.
Let's call it a game. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
The Dungeoncast.